No words said first.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grasshoppers. Good morning, no words. How are you, buddy?
No words said. I'm good, and you?
Excellent. Excellent. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. Drellcore. Almost forgot that I was in an arena and not in a Swiss. I've timed myself out by accident by doing that before. Let's play a modern dragon. Now let's play a classical Sicilian. Let's see what kind of courage my opponent has. Oh, we'll play a modern dragon.
No words said. Wait, why can't I see the message in mod view?
What? Which message are we talking about here? Don't believe the Kama Sutra. There are only two positions. Very funny, Anuti. Very funny. Let's get this one going while don't we? Well, we stopped him from castling queenside in any effect. It looks as though we're on our same path. Let's give him a checkup and see if he's really serious about this. Let's see how serious he is about this. Do I wish to? Do I want to? Do I need to? We're just going to continue to offer some exchanges here since we're up a very valuable center pawn. Trade anyone? We have just as many tactics as our opponent has. Really? Back or forward? I want to go forward. But that does involve some risk. So let's just go back. We can welcome him in later.
no words, said.
Seemingly
Anyway, how is
smooth.
Sensei today, and what is Sensei doing today?
Sensei is doing very okay. Very okay. We'll just gain a little bit of a tempo on that one. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a tempo. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's get this pawn moving forward just a little bit. Am I concerned? Yes. I have so many extra pawns, I don't even know what to do with myself. Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check.
Pegasus SWE said. Hi all.
This looks like it should be okay. Do I even need my king to win this with the two pawns being so far advanced? Yeah, it's a little annoying. It is just a little bit annoying. Just moving on up. Moving on up to the east side. Pegasus, good morning, Ron. How are you, buddy? Really? You have me there. That's true. Let's just do it this way for a moment. We're going to walk around to the short side. And we made it. We did change the position just a little bit. Check, 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 check. Let's just make sure of this endgame before we do it. And if takes there, 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 there. Fair enough. Which one do you want? We will promote the other. Come on back. Standard Quadrant of Doom. I don't know if that was the shortest possible, but it was pretty efficient. No Arsenal fan. What? I got a notification that Arsenal fan has subscribed. I was fairly certain that I got an Arsenal fan has subscribed notification from my own Arsenal fan. Richie was here, but I don't see the notification. Let's see if we can find it elsewhere. Anyway, thank you for the Prime Arsenal fan. LC34. Let's see what he remembers. Let's give him a test. Just a small test. So, let's see what he hopes to do here. He decided for the Sicilian reversed instead of the other line that I was expecting him to play. Meanwhile, the test is to see if he remembered what he was to play or what the recommended play was after C4. So now, queen to b3, or do I go with the check and queen e4? Nah, we're just gonna play very normal chess here. Now, does he remember that he has to keep the d4 square under control? I guess not. Knight to b6 was played to prevent d4 on the 8th move. Now the bishop is in the lurch. So, knight takes d5, knight takes e2 in between move. Well, that's interesting. I don't think you can play normal chess against this particular variation with black. I did when I was the same age as LC. I did think that I could just play it with dragon reversed and be okay, but the problem is that knight to b6 has to be played, and it's not your normal open Sicilian type move in many dragons, because you want that knight to be assertive. You'd like that knight to be assertive. So therefore, He had to move his king there. His queen to d6. Does that work in that position? Queen to d6. It's an interesting choice. Working on my lesson plan for this morning.
Pegasus SWE said, perhaps 362 today.
362? Oh no, not 362. Oh, it's 347 to 284.
Pegasus SWE
Whoops.
said, 632.
Okay, 632. Let's see what he's up to here. Oh, this doesn't work, by the way. This does not work. Can I take with the pawn? How annoying is that? Do I wish to really take with the pawn? No, I guess I will lose time with it. Yes, he wanted to put his bishop on h6. But that's okay, because we are playing a Bartłomiej-esque position. Interesting. We're playing the Bartłomiej-esque this. Not much of a choice here.
No words said. Anity 88,888,888,424 sensei, must I eat this?
Can I go in like I wanted to? Takes, 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 takes. Interesting. Let's not sacrifice a pawn. or sacrifice a piece unnecessarily. And now for something completely indifferent, as my knight is not really feeling it.
Paulie said, "Hi, Master Chess Dojo."
Bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, here, there, and everywhere. Good morning, Paul. How are you? I'm dealing with a very, 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 very tricky fellow. All right, and we're off. If we have to, we will be interested in
Paulie
this.
said,
Just
"I am still feeling stupid
in
after losing in
case."
12 moves the other day."
Of course you are. I expect nothing less.
Paulie said, "I feel like I am covered with glue and every bit of failure sticks to me."
Wow. Is my queen going to be trapped if I play f5? That is a good question. Let's see what he's up to. Just have to barnacle on g7 just in case.
Paulie said, "I am still upset about getting only 2-5 against 1200s that was in January of last year."
This was part of my plan. I have to remember that I only have 6 seconds. The time is very low. Oh no, could not move fast enough.
Paulie said, "Is Master Chess Dojo versus Ron Hay the biggest rivalry on Lichess?"
I don't know, that's a good question. I think that Andrew and Magnus have much better obvious choices. I'm sure they've got better games against each other. Let's get this latest theory in. Well, black is actually better here, according to Stockfish. That is the craziness that is. So now, we're just going to establish ourselves as needed. Chess. Chess. Here and there, you know. What do we have to say? What do I want to do? It So the hanging pawn duo or the isolated pawn couplet. Just assert ourselves as needed. And now for something completely indifferent. Can I just take it? I don't know if I can just take it. Tag, 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 tag,
Pegasus SWE.
tag,
Set.
tag.
Thought I'd have some game with the quality sacrifice, but it was probably to your advantage.
Really? We have this permanent weakness, but we'll see how it goes. What does he have in mind today? Can I play H bishop? Queen, H bishop, Queen, H bishop, Queen, H bishop, Queen, H bishop. Don't want to lose my time advantage here. Where are you headed, sir? And now we're off. We should be off and running. Am I worried? Yes, I am worried. I am worried. And once again, the game does not count. It was more important to secure the point than it was to move fast.
Arsenal fan Richie said, "That was unfortunate."
That was unfortunate. I thought it was just a simple and straightforward eviction notice. But he definitely wanted to stay. What is it called? When they stay in a building? I can't recall. There's a special name for that type of thing. When you try to establish a property for your own by living in it for an X amount of time.
Said, "Squatting."
He was squatting, yes.
Paul E.
He was squatting.
Pegasus SWE, congrats.
Ron Hay, ladies and gentlemen, increasing his lead on me like crazy.
Pegasus SWE said, "Paul 1E4, thanks."
Definitely established his lead on me there. Those are the crazy, crazy moments. How do I get this to show up a little bit better so that everybody gets listed? There we go. Although they're small, C9 in honor of
Arsenal fan Richie said,
Penguin GM.
"Naturally, everyone missed my Morphe mate against Ron yesterday." Arsenal fan Richie said, "With the cameras on, he beats me."
With the cameras. Yeah, he's a performer. Ron is a natural performer. Hold on, let's just check it out. And we can check on our other rivalry as well. Hold on 1 second. While we're at it, I have a little bit of time. Drelcor, what is my percentage here? What does the cross table say? So I'm only +4 in a very short space of time against Drelcor. I just wanted to see what the standing was with Arsenal fan Richie. I guess this is the easier way to do it. Somehow I'm ahead, but I don't know how. But Ron, oh my God. 332. I'm sorry, 632 today. We were asking about rivalries. Jesse Gambit, 10.5, 1.5. Anybody here who I've never played before?
Said, "I am streaky. I either play well or I play badly. I am the same OTB, so it's to be expected."
Well, that volatility irons out with time. Imagine that we never really got a chance to see Magnus Carlsen's streaky period. If you want to see his streaky period, you can go back to his early days in... Now, of course, he doesn't have the same streaky, massive swings that we do, but you'll see him play well and not play well. Like, there was a game when he was in the early youth tournament where he just did not see how to win the game at all. He just kept flailing about like crazy. So Arsenal fan Richie versus Ron Hay. Let's get it on camera while we can. Arsenal fan is +1 with Ron Hay. Between the three of us, we've got it all covered. Of course, Ron does not have the nerve to play this move because it's not that good. Ultimately, I think it's just equal.
Said, "No."
Oh, what was that? I
Said,
don't want to miss anything.
"I am streaky in online chess, but consistent in OTB chess. Almost every one of my OTB tournaments is anywhere from 1 to 1. Arsenal fan Richie said, "He mated me today."
Oh, this is today's game. Well, that was an interesting move. D6. Is there any reason why we wouldn't go for knight takes e4? This is the best move easily. Like, there's no way that white can win after knight takes e4. Rook e1, d5, and Ron was going to play, I'll tip you off to his future prep. Ron was probably going to play knight to c3. Ron was probably going to play knight to c3 here. I don't know that for a fact, but I definitely know that this line has never occurred in our personal games. Let's check out my games with black. So yes, I've been, what is this? I'm black, but black is that much ahead.
No words said. The Morphe is pretty drawn. Arsenal fan Richie said. Paul 1 e4, not sure if I'd prefer that or not tbh.
So in this position, knight to c3, of course, was played by Iran against me. Maybe Ron would not play this move. Do I have any games with Ron where he's played this? No. But why does it give 53% wins? Is that because I won? But all of these games are black wins? 20% draws? So there are 8 games here, but it says 15. Maybe it turns around here? Very strange. Maybe the number hasn't caught up yet. Or is it only showing the top 8 rated games? So it's only showing the top 8 rated games in order to prevent scrolling all the way down.
The highest rated games in the list you lost against black.
Well, I was black, fortunately.
Said. Or won as black, sorry.
Exactly. So I lost to one fellow. More than likely, these losses were on time or from some fatal ridiculousness where I might have been winning. That is the crazy part. So I played Queen A5 twice and Queen H5 13 times.
Arsenal fan Richard.
But I don't understand.
But yeah, I know this much. I can never remember if it's SQ.
Yeah, I think this is the easiest, most logical continuation.
H5 is a fun line.
And no one has played this move against me. Although I would love to demonstrate bishop takes h2, knight takes h2, queen takes d1, rook a d1, g f6, knight f6, and king f8. All of the theory that I have forgotten, and more. And basically, everything here is pretty good. I think it's roughly better for black. Roughly better for black.
No
but
words.
In general,
Said. Think you're only supposed to play bf6 if Blakes plays h6.
That's
yes.
true. But I have had people play it, or I've had students have opponents who played it because they're very upset that that black didn't play h6. But even, oh yeah, then it might be good because the bishop doesn't have h2. So let's say white hangs out for a moment here with c3. Then I get to play h6. Rook e1, d5. Let's play it as black. And 5-0. I need to open up my zoom in the background just in case, because I accidentally may have double booked myself.
Arsenal fan Richie said.
Let's see if a
I
student
hate
shows
that
up.
line, honestly, it's just so tricky for short time controls that SYI played D6.
Really? But I mean, D6
Arsenal
causes
fan
further
Richie
complications in a
I'd
difficult
rather
position.
be passive and not walk into memorized computer lines than active, but walking a knife edge.
But you're assuming that they know more than you or have memorized it. That's a lot of assumption. I remember when I avoided playing the Night Orf because of
Arsenal
a certain
fan
line
Richie
for a long period of time, and then I found out that nobody knew it. It's like you knowing the refutation to a tall sacrifice and nobody wanting to play the tall sacrifice because they're afraid of the complications.
No words said. Arsenal fan Richie, I got lines agonist, those D6 ones, black has a lot less play with bosses. Arsenal fan Richie said. I can't even remember the queen move QF5 QD7 QD8, I cannot remember.
Well, Queen C4 is also an option. Let's go
Set.
forward in this let's go forward in this line just because. I actually think that Queen to C4 was favored by the computer at one time. In fact, it appeared at the top of the list. Queen D7 and black is better.
No words said. Never seen QC4.
Really? Queen C4 appears in all of the miniatures. All of the miniatures. Let's just check the Masters database. Yeah, there's a miniature with Queen to C4. I don't know if it's this one, though. Life is getting tough, right?
I have been going.
What are we up to? Move number 16. And that was the end of the game, right? Bishop 8-6 was the end of the game. That is the miniature that I remember. I usually show it from the white side in classrooms. So...
Said. Impossible. Paul E.
What?
Said. There could be a brand new volume only with the miniatures I have lost.
So the Encyclopedia of Chess Miniatures may have the Queen C4 in it. It is C55 or C56. I think it's C56.
I beat a 2,114 moves yesterday. You re not alone, Paul 1E4. Said.
I'm not sure.
TPS lip.
Nice. I'm gonna open that one for later. So here, everybody, my and Ron's disagreement with D6 over knight takes E4 is that the main lines are very easy to find the moves in, honestly. So basically, you'll consume a lot less time on the clock in a faster time control by playing a good position rather than by playing a passive or a worse position. When you have a worse position, my contention is, not that it's absolutely accurate 100% of the time, there are those players, as Arsenal fan Richie says, he likes to play passive, terrible positions. But, you know, like Korchnoi perhaps, but Korchnoi likes fighting offbeat positions. In general, it's much easier to play natural, normal, flowing moves in the main lines. And as the Grandmaster, or the Quality Chess quote goes, the Grandmaster Repertoire quote goes, if you're tired of bad positions, try playing the main lines.
If you were
Yeah, see here, to find the best move, this is ridiculous. If knight takes d4 is the best move, and black is doing okay here, you have to find a move that gives white.
What's natural and flowing about surviving and trading?
Surviving and trading everything off into a slightly better rook endgame. Because we're playing by the rules. The other day it was Petrosian's birthday. And I have to say that Petrosian taught me to play by the rules of the position. If the rules of the position demand that you play a certain move, and you play along those lines, then you will be rewarded. You may not be rewarded right away, but you will be rewarded soon. And eventually,
Arsenal fan Richie, well, your game was 3-0, my loss was in 30-0, big difference.
Wait, what happened here? Oh, this is the suggested line. Yeah, I don't like this position at all. But I imagine that it has to be played. We're starting to get somewhere here.
I didn't find QC4 in C55 or C56 in the volume 1 I'm going over now.
One second. Let me check it out.
Instead of D6, just go BC5 E5 D5 EX F60 XC4 E1 nanogram 5 G6. Arsenal fan Richie.
There it is.
Said. Paul 1 E4. This was OTB versus a 1900 HTTPS lichess or E5 gay road in classical Don TB, so down on yourself. Paul E. said.
I'm not finding my volume too.
A07. Arsenal fan Richie said. No words 123 that makes sense. Interesting line.
I'll be able to look at volume 2. But I don't see volume 2 handy. I only see volume 1 handy. Because I use these in lessons all the time, they tend to get shifted about. Volume 2 missing bothers me. Oh, that's it.
No words. Said. Arsenal fan Richie, if played perfectly it ends in material odds. Black has 2 rooks versus a rook and 2 minor pieces, but white has bad pawn structure. Paul E. said. Shocking that a 1900 can be as dumb as me.
Queen H5. Knight to C3 on the 6th move. White wins.
Arsenal fan Richie said.
No, you're right. It's not in here either.
E4, it's possible he overthought the position, not being daft.
Ultimately, that central bookcase right behind me is going to be the chess informant bookcase. I need to migrate most of that out. It's either going to be the chess informant or the Grandmaster Repertoire bookcase. There is a book by Neistat, by the way, Winning Quickly at Chess. Is that right? I take it back. Winning in the Chess Opening, one of my games appears in that book by Kalenchenko. Kalenchenko is, I believe he was one of Naroditsky's early coaches. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, having a terrible position, it's very easy to stop here, right? Oops. Can we not castle? There's no way out, eh? Yuck. Well, that wasn't the point. The point was that we were going to Arsenal fans game with Ron yesterday. Good grief. Oh, you know what I could have done? Ah, yes. We could have looked at the cross table and brought it up that way. So we look below at the cross table. This is the fastest way. And then we hover over this one and we bring up this game. That's the fastest way to find it. So Ron Hay was white. I'm gonna look at it from black side. Oh no, it's the Berlin. I forgot about our battles in the Berlin, Richie. I'm not even sure how we're doing in the battles of the Berlin. I need to check my stats here as white.
Arsenal fan Richie said, I am not surprised you forgot about them XD.
So you've won both of the encounters this month in the Berlin. For all the wrong reasons, of course. But you won them.
Arsenal fan Richie.
Yeah, I went the wrong way with my king and won.
First game I won pretty clean, I thought. Arsenal
yeah, I ran my
Richie
king in the wrong direction.
Second game was lucky though.
Oh, that was the game with bishop to b7. And you had a forced checkmate sequence in that one. So meanwhile, let's look at this game. See what I mean, though, about positions like d3 and d6? Even Ron in this position should probably be playing the main lines. What main line is optimal against the Berlin? That's a good question. But I feel like just need to batten down the hatches on this pawn. That way we can get d5 in. Is that necessary? Just a little frisky. Well, what to do about this knight?
Said, probably not you rewrite.
So this is understandable, but I think the knight is going to a better square. Ouch. Is that really necessary? Oh, fine. This knight is so dominant. What's going on here? When you can get a move like a5 in for free. Is it because of bishop to b3?
Arsenal fan said, a5.
Well, a5, bishop to b3. I mean, obviously there's this, but you always have time for that later. Looks a little
Arsenal
sketchy.
Fanrichi said, BXC6.
Or BXC6. So taking, we have this right away. Oh, that's illegal. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of my favorite people's birthdays today. Happy birthday to Linda in Miami. I hope she's doing well. I haven't seen her in quite some time.
Arsenal Fanrichi said, that looks good enough F or...
So, not bishop to b3. I think we have to play this first. And we're down a pawn, unless we take back now. So I don't like it. You're absolutely right. Bishop to b3 does look pretty precarious. But what is the danger here?
Take free stuff, John.
Take free stuff. Indeed. Good morning, Rogan. The lessons haven't stopped, fortunately. I was actually thinking on my current lesson rate, I could almost retire from working full-time teaching during the day. Assuming that I can maintain the current lesson rate and student count.
Arsenal Fanrichi said, this wasn't T position I played.
Yeah, you did. But I was actually curious in this position if you could wait with it. Because after knight takes a6, I am very curious as to what... I mean, we're down a pawn in this position anyway. So I was trying to get the position to be down a pawn where our rook will not be as passive and will have more open lines. I think f5 is just too frisky. I think we have to start now.
Chess coaching is nice money, but...
Indeed.
Kingslayer Sloan.
And that's what I do every
Get a
day.
little hobby to make up the deference. I suggest you ask Chess Counters to do a podcast with you. Arsenal Fanrichi said, E4. Arsenal Fanrichi said, G3. Arsenal said, yeah. Paul said,
Restriction.
Has Kingslayer Sloan been on perpetual chess?
Let's not have any blows below the belt there. Not yet.
Arsenal
If Kingslayer Sloan
said,
and I would do
D4
something.
now, I think black is sketchy.
Are we ready? I agree with you, but black is sketchy.
King Slayer Sloan said. Paul 1e4 nah, they keep the riffraff like me out.
I'm happy to say that I've gotten my perpetual chess episode in with Jan Timman as the opener. Or was I the opener? I think I was the opener for Jan Timman. In any event, b5, knight a5, rook c8. This just seems way too frisky. I mean, obviously it worked. And now is the time for queen to a7 to be avoided by white. Although it looks like it works.
Paul E. said. It is unfortunate for Timon that he will be remembered as the victim in Nigel Short's King Walk.
Indeed, I was listening to a New in Chess podcast the other day. Quite a good one, in fact. Oh no,
Arsenal
a very
fan
natural
Richie
move like that
said.
one.
True.
Well, who is the fellow that lost to all the guys back in the day? Yates. Yates was a pretty good player, but Yates lost to Kasparov. Yates lost to Kappa, Alekhine, and everything, just like Timon has lost
I'm trying to
to.
grow my chess video editing business right now.
This is the threat. What is the opponent's big idea? Knight e2 check. So therefore, it looks like we have to batten down the hatches with bishop d1. Oh, and it says bishop d1 over there, of course.
Pegasus
I'm not looking at the
SWE
computer analysis.
said. BD1. King Slayer Sloan said.
Go on about Mr. Yates. Yeah, Yates, Alekhine, one of the most famous end games. Frederick Yates basically played all the greats. Yates played all the greats. Oh no, and taking was dubious? When you had the move. Thank you very much.
Arsenal fan Richie said. Yeah, QG5 was primitive, felt like I needed to play actively though cause I didn't want to get steamrolled. Arsenal fan Richie said. Oh, nice find.
Ironically, I mean, I found it, but of course it was already written, and it was already written. So knight h4 definitely puts the screws to the opponent here. So what is wrong with queen h4? I'm sorry, queen g5. Rook g5 should be good. I'm sorry, rook g3 should be good, attacking the queen.
Said. Should white play a4, a5 and not attack b5 after bd1?
Yeah, a4, a5. I think that's the simplest. This bishop is coming into the center to bother as well.
Arsenal fan Richie said. Yep.
It's just awkward. Very, very awkward for black to stop that pawn. I'm a big believer in passed pawns.
Said. Maybe d4 as well.
Yeah, so after bishop d1, the queen has to find a new hole. Oh, the bishop's going to f3 here as well. We can even further simplify in this position.
SWE said. Tricky with these horses.
Hold your horses. So let's see how the game actually went. He didn't have the deflection, unfortunately. Here we go again. This time we're pinned. This stops the mate too, doesn't it? Knight h3, g8-3, queen f2. No mate, no mate. Queen takes c2. He's suggesting queen to f3 to stop the mate. But knight h3, queen h3 could accidentally get us mated again. Thud. What?
Arsenal fan Richie said. Now it S-mate.
Yes. Can't weaken your back rank like that.
Arsenal fan Richie.
So many ways to win.
Fancy play syndrome.
Unfortunately, we saw it now. Namaste, none of us. None of us. Welcome to the dojo. I am a FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. I have been teaching and training since before I was born, being 39 years old. I've been teaching and coaching since 1984.
Arsenal fan Richie said.
Purely by
I
accident.
didn't really register that Ra2 left back rank. My plan was Ra8 anyway. Neneves.
Yeah.
Thanks for follow.
Where are you from, sir? As I think I mentioned in my about, I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Said.
Nicely done, yes. A little sketchy on all of our parts. This would have probably been the most convincing win. I think I would have seen this myself. Just because of the taking advantage of the pin, this is forced. So therefore the decoy. Nicely done, sir. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this, but let's continue to hammer on the Berlin, why don't we? Queen e2, I've often had a lot of success with. It says I'm 50-50, but I feel better about Queen e2. I've also been known to play knight c3 and then knight d5. This came from a Berlin. This came from a Berlin and bullet. And the best move for black is bishop e7. Ideally, the theoretically best move for black is bishop to e7. But my opponent
Arsenal fan Richie said. Need to take a look at NC3.
Knight c3 to me is a better move than d3. For the average player. I repeat, for the average player, knight c3 is a more productive and useful move than d3. d3 is just passive. You know you want it. You know you want it. You know you want d4. So therefore, there's also, wait for it, d4 in this position as well.
Arsenal said, I like d3 tbh. I feel like it's a closed rye where you can play on queen side or king side.
Of course you like it. You're playing black in this position. You get to play any way you feel. I like my opponent to hang their queen too.
Arsenal fan Richie said, no as white.
Oh, yes, I know, but you're the same fellow that played d6 when you shirked the main line there too. Embrace the main lines while you're young, because when you're 80, then you can play like a curmudgeon and hunker down and all of that, right? Ron is still young. Ron is 38 to my 39. And when you see pictures of both of us, we look really terrible for our age of 38 and 39. Master Dojo is white, never played d3. Feingold, never play f3. I say never play d3. How am I doing with d3 as white? 58%? 58% is white, and the house black. 59% is black against it. C6 is a terrible answer. You can already see this is the similar thing where you get into this spot of trouble.
Paul Slayer Sloan said, school chess has been hard. Paul said, f3 is playable just not on move 1.
That's right, but f6, however, especially on move 1, really establishes who's boss. f6 for white is not a bad move when it gets played. And f3 for black is not a bad move. Just not on move 1. How do I do with f3? As black, I assume that this is where I really am. Am I really? Average of 41%. Oh no, I'm white. 56% when I play f3 is white.
If you open with f3, don't play g4 on move 2.
Only if they play d5. If they play d5, then g4. That should be a badge. Win with white after f3 and g4. We're going to put that into our programming forte. I do need to pay somebody to get our badges, our Master Chess Dojo team badges going for our Grand Prix. But my cattails coasters from Dubai. Cattails.
Said, I would always play e5 against f3. King Slayer Sloan said, what do you need, John? Arsenal fan Richie said, I saw a woman-esque game where someone placed this a few years ago.
That woman was no ordinary woman. This was Hao Yifan, protesting being paired versus women for several rounds in a row in a tournament. I think it was, I don't know if it was Tata Steel, but she was basically in the, or was it Gibraltar? I think it was Gibraltar. How you fan played f3 and g4 to protest being paired against women 3 rounds in a row, and it really wasn't their fault. The computer makes the pairings. It's not like the organizers are allowed to shift the pairings so that she can play women.
Her protest because she impugned the integrity of the tournament organizers.
And not just the integrity of the tournament organizers, but I feel like she impugned the integrity of women. It's like, women are not good enough for you to play against. Like, you are a world champion leading by example. These women really wanted to play their best game against you, and they had the same score. They were in the same score group. You were paired in interwovenly. It interweaves the pairing.
It was also disrespectful to her opponent. Arsenal fan Richie said, to be fair, she was significantly superior to all the active female players at the time.
Yes, but the way the Swiss system works.
HTTPS www WP information on Spellermarket. Market. Arsenal fan Richie said, it was a bit like when Annika Sorenstam played golf.
Tell me the Annika Sorenstam story.
Soon I hope 300p.
But basically saying that women are not good enough to play against when she's a woman. She's like protesting that she's not getting paired against men.
She played on the men's tour because she was too dominant.
Right, and then to have the same score as another female player, she should bunt her clubs. I can't believe that another woman has the same score as me, so therefore I will double bogey several holes in a row, if not triple bogey.
Arsenal fan Richie said, yeah, it was disrespectful and there are better ways to go about it, but I understand it from her point of view as well.
So should there be fewer women playing in chess just for her? I don't understand it from her point of view at all, because basically in a Swiss system, you are paired with the top half against the lower half, and once these all players get win-win each, now the players with the one, they are paired with each other.
First place.
And then when these players win, then you played here. So that's true, but she was basically saying that the tournament was segregating on purpose.
Arsenal
her
fan Richie
opponents
said, it encourages rating disparity.
It does encourage rating disparity, but it's the same thing with kids tournaments. The fact that there are separate kids tournaments keeps their ratings artificially low, and then when they play as very strong juniors in the open events, they reap rating rewards over rating rewards against the older players of the same ratings. Does the same thing. It's unfortunate but true. So rating disparity, for the most part, it's got many factors in it. Another one that Ben Feingold was pointing out in the podcast with, I don't know what number of a podcast it was. It had to be early on, but Emily plays chess, and Dina Belankaya has started a podcast, quite entertaining, I have to admit. Dina Belankaya has found her niche in this particular department because she is very provocative. And basically, it got Ben Feingold to say a lot of sketchy, if not entirely true things. Basically, he said there was no money in women's chess prior to St. Louis. Basically, he forgot what the world was like before St. Louis. Nice. She seems like a sweetheart.
Kingslayer Sloan said, a niche for her.
A niche for her.
Arsenal fan Richie said, to be fair, there's no money in men's chess either.
Exactly. Basically, he was saying that it was the USCF's fault that there was no money in chess prior to St. Louis. But he forgot about
Arsenal fan Richie
the
below the top 20
Microsoft
anyway.
days. He said that every other year or so they would throw in this, they would have the men and women play together in the US Championship. But that was only during the Microsoft days when the Microsoft people were throwing several $100,000 into the tournaments in 2000, 2001, and
Arsenal
2000
fan
and
Richie said
1999 maybe?
4.
But basically, the players were disrespectful to the organizers when Microsoft handled it as well. Microsoft brought up in several big-name sponsors to watch the last round of the U.S. Championship. And they were going to get the prize money up to $500,000 in prize money. Far better than St. Louis has ever done.
Pegasus SWE said HTTPS Lichess Broadcast Backstospelen 2025 ROM 2 LWGXA9 Zoostim FBLD maybe something for young people.
Indeed. I think Magnus has done a great job by promoting rapid chess. Ben Feingold basically attributed the success and the popularity of rapid chess to the fact that the real players don't want to risk their FIDE ratings in classical chess, so therefore they'd rather play rapid chess and make even more money, if not easier money, because the pain, if you lose, is like ripping the Band-Aid off. Obviously, those are my words. But in general, yeah, you can get it over with very quickly, and there's a lot less suffering involved than being in a bad position for 5 hours versus 15 minutes each. And then you're on with your day after 15 minutes. But yeah, we could easily do a breakdown on the inaccuracies and Ben's statements in the Dylan Bell and Kai and Emily Plays Chess podcast with Ben Feingold.
Said, rapid chess is especially quick when a player loses in 12 moves.
Or 30 minutes, Paul. 30 minutes. Game 30. Game 30. So my score with Ron, what happened today? Anyway. I'm gonna flip this board. What have I done against this as black? Most of the time, I think 9 times out of 10.
Kingslayer Sloan,
or 5 times out of 7.
Old Benny Feingold.
Yeah, I taught chess with him when he was in New York City, and that was around the time that he met Hikaru when Hikaru was 8 years old, becoming a master at the Marshall Chess Club. This was a little bit of a bummer that I pre-moved bishop to g7. And I've lost both of these games in which this happened. So is c takes d4 a better move? Yes. I can immediately follow up with e5. It's a little awkward though, getting everything in. I've played. Oh, bishop e3 was played once. That's terrible.
Anyway, good night.
And I didn't take on b2. Kingslayer Sloan, no, don't leave.
Kingslayer Sloan said,
we need to raid one of your
John.
favorite people, Kingslayer Sloan. Kingslayer Sloan, should we raid Z-Bean? I know she has to be one of your favorites. I'm looking for those who are playing chess.
Said, take care, stay safe, John.
All right. Fair enough. Namaste, Rogan. Namaste. I can't believe that I didn't take that pawn.
Z is cool.
She is. At least she's not playing poker today. And we're off. Meanwhile, thank you everyone for being here. Terrible performance by me, great performance by Ron. Ron, hey. Namaste. Please check out the YouTube where you get, and please subscribe there. You will get text-to-speech by watching on YouTube if you need it. If you really need your message and your conversation to go through, that is the way to do it. Also check out all of the socials, Chess Informant. Absolutely check out Chess Informant by clicking that link. Any one of those links, I'm sure they can tell where it comes from. So for the most part, we will be doing a Chess Informant or two instructional stream today. Maybe we'll even do it on the Encyclopedia Chess Miniatures contributions. Be sure to follow on all of the socials, including the Discord. Please join the Discord. Thank you, everyone. Have a super day. Innovas, thank you for the follow and for joining the channel.